Well, good morning. Good morning to you, everyone. Let's get right into some movement. Do some marching. I know I did not sneakily put into the description before class is actually starting what we're doing. We're gonna have fun. You're gonna want some light weights, probably a little bit lighter than usual. Um, maybe some threes, fives, maybe no weights at all. Let me just make sure I'm streaming okay. Get into your marching back and forth, marching back and forth. I'm gonna march around and gather all my toys for class. All right, summer is coming. Summer is coming, and let's be real. It's probably pretty unlikely that in the next month we're going to lose all of the pandemic weight that we might still be holding, or look like we did when we were in our 20s. But we can make an effort every single day to stay hydrated, find some movement, do some things that feel good. And when you feel good, you're going to look better no matter what. And the most important thing that you're wearing is some confidence. So today we're going to do a couple different exercises that are really going to help you to keep your chest up, to have your shoulders down and back, to be looking good with your good posture. Awesome. Keep marching forwards and backwards because we got a bit of marching in today's class, and I'm trying to get you to just get your heart rate up a little bit. So you can keep your arms down by your sides if you want. But the more that you move your arms, the more your heart rate's going to come up. So maybe bringing your arms up overhead. Listen, we're at home, y'all. So you can be as weird as you want. And the good news for you is that nobody's watching. So if you want to get extra weird, please, you get extra weird. I'm going to get extra weird too. And we can document it on video. We got about 30 more seconds of marching around, having some fun, doing what feels good for your body today. I love bringing my arms up overhead. I feel like for whatever reason, doing movements with your arms up overhead, it does get your energy up. It makes you feel good. You even bring a smile to your face. Okay, let's start to quiet that march down a little bit. And let's warm up the shoulders. Plant your feet. Give me a couple big shoulder circles. And while this is happening, think about what's happening with your posterior chain. So a slight bending your knees. We're not locking the legs out. Notice if you have a really large curve in your back, a gentle tuck under your pelvis, starting to stack your head over your heart, over your heels, change direction of your shoulder circles. If you feel really limited in your range of motion while both shoulders are moving at the same time, go ahead and do one shoulder circle at a time. Keep a little engagement in your lower belly, keeping your back feeling good too. Let's come back to that first direction of shoulder circles, but this time I want you to allow your elbow to join into the party. So it's almost like we're swimming, still keeping that core in, getting a little bit more rotation through the center line. I'm making my arm a little bit bigger. Each time it reaches around, more space. Let's get about 2 more on each side. Starting to open my feet wider, bringing my legs to the party. I hope you're doing the same. And then starting with the elbows, let's just change directions of those really big circles. And then the arm can start to come into play, almost like we're swimming. Listen, we're just moving. We're keeping it weird and we're having fun. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. I believe I wrote down 4 moves for today. And one thing that I'm encouraging you to have is a towel. So grab yourself a dish towel. If you don't have one nearby, you're going to be totally okay. We're going to work. Let's do 35-second intervals. Oh, there's 5 moves because we're doing that too. First move that we're going to do is just a lateral step and a march. Lateral step and a march. So 1, 2, 3, knee drive. 1, 2, 3, knee drive, step, step, step. If you want to grapevine, you can grapevine. If grapevining is confusing, just stick with your 2 steps. The inner leg is driving the knee. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Okay. Keeping it nice and simple today. Short interval times in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. First move. So I'll march, knee drive. As that knee drives, can you give me an exhale? You can even tap your opposite elbow to your knee if you would like. If that feels like too much, don't do it. But as that knee drives, that exhale is going to help you work those lower abs. Great work. Almost there. Just about 10 seconds left. All right. I put a little bit of a long break time in between, so we're going to march during the breaks also. Here we go. Just march it out. Slow march. Next move is going to be a posture curl. So you can use maybe a slightly heavier weight for this one. Palms facing up at a 45-degree angle. We're just going to rotate our arms out towards the side and then bring it right back in. Grab your weights. Are you ready? Slight bending your knees. Make sure you're not overarching your back. And here we go. Just rotating out towards the side and bringing it right back in. Shoulders are down away from the ears. Lower belly is pulled in. That's slight bending your knees. We got a 35-second interval. So it's not too long, but it also might be just a little bit longer than you want it to be for some of today's exercises. I'll let you know it's a delightful 90-degree day coming up here in our nation's capital. And I turn the air conditioning off for you. Back to your march. And it is warm in here. All right, so now we're going to keep our arms out wide to the side, just like they were. And we're going to go for a bicep curl with arms nice and wide. We start in 3, 2, quiet your feet, arms by your side, chest lifted, belly in, and find that nice full range of motion bicep curl. Think about controlling the pace on the way down and on the way up. And you're really squeezing as if an imaginary force is making it even more difficult for you to lift and lower, because anyone can go like this and nothing's going to happen. But if you're really squeezing and working to engage your muscles, that's where we're going to make a change. Just a couple more. Try and keep your wrist in line with your forearm. We did it. Back to your march. All right. Here's where you might start to need a slightly lighter weight. We're going to go for a pec squeeze and a rotation. So arms coming up at your side. You're going to squeeze your elbows in towards each other, open back out, and then bring your hands, palms in line with your shoulders. Grab your weights. Let's do it together. Squeeze those elbows in. Open up wide, nice and slow, lower it down. I got my back engaged too. So while I'm squeezing in, working the pecs, elbows in line with the shoulders, chest is lifted, bending your knees as you find that rotation just right back down to the shoulders. So we're getting some back work in there too, working the rotator cuff. Ooh. Great work. Remember, you can always put the weights down. Back to your march and just find the range of motion if you don't have the right weights for today. And I bet you're still going to feel that squeeze if you engage your muscles. All right, next up, we've got a lateral raise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. We're going to raise up to the side. Let's do it and find some little circles. Pretty challenging with some weights. Remember, you can always put your weights down. We're going to change direction of these tiny little circles. Ooh, my weights are a little too heavy, so I'm just going to put them down, come back to having the chest lifted, squeezing the shoulder blades together, little circles, change direction of your little circles. Try not to overarch your back, slight bending your knee, relax your arms down. All right. Coming down to our last move in the circuit. This one's a little bit weirder. You're going to bring a towel to the back of your head. I'm going to approach It's embarrassing, but we're about to give ourselves triple chins. So holding onto the towel is gently in front of me. Here we go. We're gonna squeeze our chin back towards the back wall behind us, triple chins. Hold for a couple seconds and release. So give yourself that triple chin and release. We're working the deep neck cervical flexors. So for everyone who's like, what are we doing? This is going to help you feel better for all the times that we do ab work and you're like, my neck hurts while we're doing ab work. That's because we just need to strengthen this area. If you don't have a towel, you can still just push your chin back, take a break, or even just literally push your chin back. You can even have your head against the wall behind you. We're coming back to round one, move one, which is our lateral step march and our knee drive. Are you ready? We got one more time through. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Step, 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 knee drive. Step, 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 knee drive. You're going at your own pace. If you want to do that grapevine, you're grapevine it up. Do whatever feels good with your arms. If you want to dance a little bit here, I encourage you. We're here to have fun. You got to make your workouts fun so that you keep showing up for yourself and that you feel good. So maybe a little arms up overhead feel extra good, at least for me. Cool. We're almost there. Get ready for just your quiet march in 3, 2, quiet march. Awesome. Next up, we have our posture curls. So the 45 degrees out to the side. Grab your weights. You can still keep marching for a second. We got 5 seconds till the move starts. Belly in. 3, 2, plant your feet, pick up your arms, roll your shoulders down and back. Come into that nice posture. This is so great for countering all of that action that we spent hunched over our computers, hunched over our phones. Even that time that we spend sitting in a relaxing chair, reading a book. Here's just another move that's going to help you walk outside this summer with your chest nice and high and your shoulders rolled down and back to your march. Feeling proud of yourself, looking so good. We got bicep curls, nice and wide, full range of motion. Let's challenge our brain a little and do opposites. So while one is in the eccentric mode, one can be in concentric. Here we go, opposites with those arms. If this is really confusing to you, go back to what we were doing before. Find that slight bend in your knee, keep that gentle tuck of your pelvis, and you're still squeezing. So if moving bilaterally, yes, makes you feel like you can't fully engage your muscles, come on back. Doing both of them. No, unilaterally, listen. It's early, everyone. Back to your march. Next up, we've got those pec squeeze and rotate. I think you're going to switch to a slightly lighter weight for this next round. Getting this good march on. So proud. Plant your feet, lift your chest, shoulders down and back. Start at a 45-degree angle. Bring it up, rotate, squeeze, out. Just that rotator cuff action right here. Slight bend in your knees. If you're like me, I have to keep reminding myself about form. So tempting and normal to want to go back to however it is that we're normally standing, to whatever our actual posture that we're trying to correct might be. That's why we're here. Oh, back to your march. Carefully release it down. We got those side lat raise with curls. Bump, 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 bump. Just a couple more march steps here. 3, plant your feet. Here we go. Shoulders down and back, belly in, arms up. Find those tiny little circles. Remember, you can do this with no weights in your hands. Think about knitting your rib cage together so the front side is engaged And we'll squeeze the shoulder blades together. Change directions. Ooh, feeling that right now, especially after all those other amazing moves that we already did for our shoulders. Next, we're going to get our neck. Relax your arms down, back to your march. And then we're going to find our deep neck, cervical flexors. I hope it's a beautiful day wherever you are as well. Grab your towel. Bam! Here we go. So bringing that towel right behind your head. Still knitting that rib cage in. Checking your chin back to your chest. A little pressure. A little choking of the throat sensation. So cool. In yoga, we'll say, give me double, triple chins here. So we don't have them outside. But you know what? Who cares? I want you to feel good about yourself because you're amazing. Bam! Take a break. Come on back to your march. Let's march it out. Just a couple more seconds. Then we'll start to stretch and cool it down. Yay! Oh my gosh, give yourself a round of applause. Look at us. We got up. We did something for ourselves. That's so amazing. Plant your feet firmly on the floor. Bend your knees. Inhale both arms all the way up overhead. Stretch your fingers all the way up towards the ceiling. Plant through your feet. Shoulders relax away from the ears though. And then exhale. Arms come back down by your side. Let's do two more just like that. Bend your knees. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, relax your arms down. I can honestly say I don't think I've ever disliked someone for what they looked like, the shape of their body. You know, it really so much about personality and being kind to each other. Bend your knees, inhale your arms up one more time. This time, keep your left arm up towards the sky. Relax your right hand down and reach over towards the side. But I do know that the things that I don't like about myself are immediately the things that I think other people don't like about me. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, left arm down. Find that side stretch. And the reality is they have no idea that I might have these issues or things that I don't feel good about unless I tell them or project it. Inhale your left arm up. Exhale, relax both hands down, interlace them behind your back. So that's just something to think of, you know, if we present ourselves as being proud and feeling good, then other people will look at us as being awesome people who are prideful, maybe even someone to envy. Go ahead and release your hands in front of you. Push your hands palms forward. Find that separation of your shoulders, your scapula. And then one more time, inhale, arms up nice and high. Separate your hands, pull your belly in. Exhale, we're going to bend our knees and rain down towards the floor. I have a really generous bend of my knees, so my belly's coming towards the thighs. If the floor feels really far away, I want you to put your hands on a table or on a couch or the top of the chair. You can still get this great stretch here, stretching your glutes behind you, maybe spiraling your inner thighs. And if you can release yourself all the way down towards the floor, you just get a little bit more love into your hamstrings, but make sure that you're hinging at the waist so your knees can be bent as much as you need to. Sorry, hinging at the hips, not the waist. When you're hinging at the waist, it puts so much pressure on the low back and it doesn't feel good. But when you just get your belly towards your thighs like a table or your hands on a chair or a table to help you with that stretch, things can feel so much better. We just have to say nice things to ourselves. That's really what it comes down to at the end of the day. I think that's half of what posture is about as well. Go ahead, bend your knees. Let's slowly inhale, lift ourselves all the way up. And exhale, relax yourself down. Stretch your fingers all the way down towards the floor. Take a moment, decompress your shoulders. And then shake it out. Awesome. You can come back to these moves a couple times a week, every other day even. If you find that you are Feeling a little bit hunchy, feeling like your neck is coming forward or you're having pain in the back of the neck, these are definitely some moves that are going to make you feel good, that are going to help you lift your chest and seem proud and be proud because you should be. I hope you had a wonderful time today. If you need a little bit more stretches, come on by this afternoon and I'll see you free again. Have a wonderful day.